article about Alice Walker?
Say it again?
Did you see the article that Alice Walker?
Yeah, yeah, I got the email.
Oh, but there's a whole write
Yeah,
up.
full
Yeah,
page.
there's a whole write-up.
Mm.
Nice lady. But she began with a little Alzheimer's.
Facebook on YouTube, sorry.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Community Board 10 Police and Public Safety Committee meeting. Today is January 12th, 2026, and we have two items on the agenda. First item is Hannah Sushi, 168 Incorporated, located 524 86th Street. The second item is a presentation from the 6th Precinct Crime Prevention Officer, Officer Boyle. We'll start with the first item on the agenda. First item is Hannah Sushi 168 Incorporated, and the owner is Meg Singh Cheek, correct? And this is I believe Hannah Sushi has been in business for a while. Are you the new owners?
It's used to be under my uncle, and
Okay.
then he's just transferring it to us.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So the hours of operation are going to be Sunday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. And this is for wine, beer, and cider. There is a maximum number of people you're going to have at the location is 45. You have 11 tables with 36 seats. Your music is only background music. Are you going to have any outdoor dining? No outdoor in the backyard, no front, okay. You did provide us with a certificate of occupancy, a menu. You have done the posting. Any adverse history?
None. Yeah, I spoke to, we checked the 311. I spoke to Officer Gandor today. There's nothing.
Any questions from any board members? Anybody? That being no questions. I'd like to make a motion, and the way we do this, we look to deny your application unless you agree the following stipulation, and I'll read the stipulation to you that we're going to do. Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
Well, this is my motion. The premise will operate as a restaurant. There will be no sale or consumption of alcohol on the premises until the appropriate license is issued by the state liquor authority. Applicants will not serve or allow bring your own booze, BYOB, until their license is obtained. The owner or manager will be on site during all hours of operation. The hours of operation are Sunday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Friday, Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. There will be no smoking permitted. There will be no outdoor music. The doors and windows remain closed with any amplified music. Background recorded and or music sound levels remain below the level permitted by the New York City Noise Code. Once the state liquor authority license is obtained, the community board may call upon the applicant to address any concerns that may arise. There will be at least 20% visibility view into the establishment at eye level. The applicant agrees that should it change its method of operation, it will give notice and meet with the community board committee at least 45 days in advance of any such change. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Abstentions? Recusals? Motion passes. So we have a community board meeting on the
Next Tuesday,
Tuesday, and that's going to be at the Baker
beach golf course.
right?
Yes,
Close by.
this is very nice.
Baker Beach.
First time we're there.
It's a new place.
It is
So
nice.
the meeting starts around 7 o'clock. You know, you have to attend in case.
86th and 11th Avenue.
Full board.
86th and 11th Avenue.
Right, the committee.
You'll have it in your.
It still goes to the full board. Okay. Thank you very much. Good luck.
You're welcome to stay, but you don't have to. And if not, we'll see you Tuesday. Okay.
Stay or you can go.
Oh, you can go. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Good night. All right. Good night. Bye-bye.
Next item on the agenda is a presentation by Officer Boyle on scams. Officer Boyle, you're on.
So
I'm Officer Boyle, the 6A Precinct Crime Prevention Officer. And one of the main problems that we're dealing with in the 6A, we have these email and telephone scams. So to walk everybody through it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an example of a recent scam that was reported to us just this month, and I'm going to walk you through the entire scam, and then I'm going to go back and sort of do an anatomy of the scam sort of thing, where I break it down and I'd say different red flags that this person could have used to prevent themselves from being a victim. So just not too long ago, this woman came into the precinct and she reported a scam. She got an email from reporting to be PayPal. It wasn't actually PayPal, but it was a very convincing email. They had the PayPal logo and very, very, very official looking. And they said that
I'm sorry, I get those a lot.
Yep. Everybody does. But they were purporting that she owed money. And they had a phone number for her to call in the email that she should call if, to sort it all out. And so she called the number, and they said, "And we need you to put $500 in this account to clear the charge." She did so, and then they told her, "Oh, you made a mistake. You put $5,000 in. We need to clear this up." So they ended up getting even more money out of her after that. And eventually they kept asking for more money, and she realized that this is a scam. So she told them she's going to report this to the police, and she hung up. And she did. She reported it to the police. The next day, she gets a call from someone purporting to be chief of detectives for the NYPD. And they said, "We read the report about your about the scam that was perpetrated against you, and we want to catch these guys. So what we want you to do is we want you to go to the bank and take out a couple $1,000s worth of cash. We're going to send a detective to your house, and he's going to collect the money. The code word is blue."
Okay.
And he says, so he's going to take that, and we're going to mark the bills, and we're going to use that to catch the bad guys. And she agrees to it. She takes the money out, and she puts it in a box. She labels it exactly the way that she was instructed to, and she gives it off to this purported detective. And now she's out even more money, because as I'm pretty sure everybody here, it's no surprise this was not the chief of detectives calling her with a crazy scheme to catch these bad guys. So going all the way back to the beginning of this scam, the number one thing that she could do to avoid all of this is you get an email from somebody reporting to be a financial institution, anything like that. The best bet, if you think there's any credence to it, is go to the official website of PayPal, or if it's the IRS or any banking institution, and call their customer service number. Any legitimate business is going to have a customer service number, or somebody that you can call that's a number taken off their website. You don't want to use the number that's in the email, because that's going to lead you right to the bad guys who want to scam you. If you're using, if you go to the official bank or institutional website, call them and find out if there's anything in this. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you, "No, we don't know what you're talking about. You don't even have a PayPal account." Second thing, none of these institutions are going to ask you for cash, or we get people requesting money in Bitcoin, requesting money in Best Buy gift cards or any other kind of store cards. We even had someone recently who was induced to give actual bars of gold.
Wow.
Like they had them convert their cash to gold and give them actual bars of gold.
Okay.
All this stuff is stuff that criminals want, because it's liquid. It's not something that can really be traced back to them, and they just want it in a box so that they can run off with it. So anything like that is a red flag. Additionally, when we get to the point where it's the NYPD calling, the NYPD does not solicit funds from civilians, certainly not for any kind of operation that we're going to pull. We have our own funds for that. We work with actual legitimate banking institutions, and the city has money. We don't go to civilians and request money to put their money on the line for some kind of an operation. That's not something we would ever do. The police department is never going to call you up and ask for money. And
I've gotten some of those calls.
I just got a phone call yesterday saying that, to fight New York City, defunding the police,
Right.
and I said, "You're a scammer."
absolutely not. We don't do that. It would actually be illegal for us to do that. So yeah, so that's definitely it. And that part of it bothers me because it's using our my profession to
Defraud.
to defraud people, yeah. Another thing that is in a lot of these scams, and this is the first part of the scam. What they try to do is we're all sitting here right now and we're analyzing the situation logically and in a detached way, and we're thinking, well, there were all these things, all these signs that we should have, anybody would have seen this coming. But what these people, these professional scammers do is they try to induce fear and they try to induce a sense of urgency. And those are the two things that make your brain shut down, They in this instance, it was something relatively minor. It was like an outstanding charge. But a lot of times they'll call you up and they'll say, your son has been arrested, we need you to send money, or someone's been kidnapped or something like that. Anything like that where they're trying to scare you and say something has to be done right now, immediately, or there will be dire consequences. That's a red flag that it's a scam. And in an instance like that, one way that you can very easily get to the bottom of it is if they're saying they have your son has been arrested, whatever, call your son, call your son, and stuff and says, no, I'm at work. What are you talking about? Then, really no reason to spend a stranger money about it.
I have two questions for you. One is about, I think it's 72nd between 12th and 13th. The police have been finding people going into the manhole
The manhole
covers.
cover, yes, the wannabe teenage mutant
And
Ninja Turtles,
there's
yeah.
toxic, we spoke about that last time. But there's,
Actually, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Jonathan.
Yeah. Funny you bring that up, Barbara. My aunt lives on that block, and I had dinner with her yesterday, and she said it happened again over the weekend.
yes.
And there was an arrest. There was 2 arrested. So
Arrest?
I did speak to Captain DeSaro today, and he said that there was an arrest on the first case, and then coincidentally, I don't know why I keep disappearing here. Coincidentally, it happened again. And this time, then when the neighbors called, the police were there. And when the 2 perpetrators came up, or the 2 trespassers, I'll call them trespassers, came up, they were arrested. What they would describe themselves as urban explorers to go in there, I guess, to see if there's anything that they can take.
Right.
But after the
So
first,
it's the same block.
yes, it was the same
Very
block.
odd.
After the first instance, the first incident, DEP, the Department of Environmental Protection, did go in and check and make sure that the system was working well. There was nothing damaged and we did reach out to them and they did confirm that. And it happened a second time, as Jonathan said, very, very unusual, but
Crazy.
ESU was there and did, and I think it was in the local, I did look it up. It was in the local press. It was reported. I'll share that out with everyone.
So I have a second question for you. I guess it was about 3 or 4 days ago. There was a Facebook,
Mhm.
take it as you may, that they found a box of police issued uniforms
Mhm.
found, I believe, in Greenwood Cemetery.
Uh,
And then last night I saw on Dan Bongino's
Mhm.
website, somebody posted that they're expecting Islamic terrorism and these men will be wearing police uniforms.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Okay,
That hasn't been like in any kind of intelligence briefing that I've
okay,
received.
so like not helping, but
No, I mean, vigilance is always to be asked for, but no, nothing specific about that.
okay, because I thought it was odd that I read in one site about the box of police uniforms found.
Hmm.
And then on another site that there's supposedly a terrorist attack expected in New York City with the bad guys wearing police
Well, the
uniforms.
thing we're always on high alert for any sign of any kind of terrorism. But most of the time when we're in a situation like we're in now, it's we're always alert. We're not there, but there's no specific threats that I'm aware of. Certainly nothing about imitation police.
Yeah, these kinds of things gives our a good Islamic neighbors a bad name,
No,
Mhm.
absolutely it would.
you know,
And,
because they're good
that's-
people, you
And a
know.
lot of people would like to stir up.
Yeah,
that
I
kind
taught
of
many nice
percent.
Islamic students in the local schools, and this gives them a bad name.
Mhm.
But there's a lot on the force.
Mhm. And that would,
That's-
that could undermine the,
Correct.
you know,
Yeah, right.
some of my best friends on the job are,
Yeah.
are
Definitely,
police officers.
good people.
They're excellent people.
On the thing where
So-
the woman picked up the, someone came to the woman's house and picked up the money, he said,
Yes.
doesn't the internal affairs get notified in that because it's
Yeah,
impersonating
yes,
police officer?
yes. Mhm. But these similar scams to that, it's not always imitating police. We've had instances where they say your account has been compromised. You
Mhm.
know, we work for the IRS. We need you to take all the money out of your account, and we're gonna send someone to your house, and they're going to take your money and put it in a secure location while we investigate.
Yeah.
And they're very elaborate about it. They give them specific instructions on how to label the box and everything, and to make them think that it's legitimate.
And Officer Boyle, he sent us some good slides that, just as reminders that we can help,
Mhm.
Spread the word with residents, because we've received a few calls about, scams and people getting sometimes visits from National Grid or Con Edison or another utility where they're apprehensive about opening the door. And, we always double check and, we can look up if there's a permit, but
Mhm.
don't ever hesitate. Always, trust your inner self and verify. So this slide is about due diligence when it comes to scammers. Don't trust anyone contacting you claiming to represent an organization. Hang up. It's not the bank. Your bank will never call. And this is another one that's been going around here.
Your banking institution your bank is never gonna call you and ask you for money. Everything is gonna come through certified mail.
Officer, in a case like the lady, the
Mhm.
first case, do they ever find that it could be, say, someone on the block that may have set up the elderly person for?
I've never experienced that personally, where that turned out to be the conclusion. I do know that there are organized rings of people that do this. As a lot of times we have matching descriptions from the people who are doing the pickups.
Mm,
So, but it's never been like right around the corner, so
I see.
I'm aware.
Excuse me. We hear about these things so many times.
Mhm.
So, in my belief, the solution for this is to let the people know exactly what they should do if they get a call or somebody knock on their door. So this is actually the job of you, the police, and
Yes.
our job too,
Mhm.
to educate the people,
Mhm.
because whatever you do, they will find some way to get to the people.
Well, that
And-
means they have to develop new scams, but at least we can clear out the old ones.
Yeah,
Right.
so it is a long story, and we hear it so many times.
Mhm.
So we have really to work on all the people
Yes.
to educate them,
Mhm.
not to answer any call. Nobody will ask for money by
Mhm.
telephone.
100%.
Your bank will not ask for. People have to know that.
And when we do a lot of work to try to spread that out, and you guys can help as well. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing right now is helpful, and I do lectures at a lot of the local senior centers and nursing homes and such.
Yeah.
And we do try to get the word out there. And we just heard a story recently about someone. It was the jewelry scam. It was
Right.
where someone you
I mentioned we had a presentation with Captain DeSaro about the jewelry, scam and
I didn't hear about that.
yeah, where someone will drive up in a car and say, I'd like to see your jewelry. Do you want to see mine? Come close to my car, and then they'll take your jewelry.
And that's it.
And Judy, so there were many people at that presentation, and as a result of that,
Yeah.
someone was approached and knew of the scam from, listening to the local precinct commander and knew to report it right away. And
They got their license plate?
there's a description of the car.
Okay.
Yes, we got a description of the car as it was happening in real time. So, so these types of educational outreach are helpful.
they are helpful. They do work. So that is a good thing. When you said specifically for the emails or the phone calls where they try to pressure you and they say you owe money or you have to answer this or right away or there'll be consequences. All you have to say is thank you very much for the information. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna look into this myself. And you hang up and you can look up the website and call customer service or whoever or go to your bank and find out what the truth is. There's no reason for someone to be shaking you down on the phone.
Right, especially the family member one, we heard about too. And that's very, emotional. If you get a call saying that this is your grandson or your grandchild and you're a little, hard of hearing and don't tell mommy, but I need money,
That's an old thing.
it's an old,
It's been going on
for
16
15
years.
years, yeah.
I caught with that.
And you wouldn't think that anyone would, be susceptible to that, but
That would be
it does happen in imitating voice.
Yes, I've heard about that. I've heard that. Mhm.
My friend, the son was a truck driver, young boy. And they called the house and the sister answered and said, I have your son. He hit my car. He's a truck driver. Give me $1,000, otherwise you never see him again. So she sent over $1,000 and when they called the brother, he goes, what are you talking about? So
Right,
they knew he was a truck driver.
right. So we'll definitely share the
So,
outreach.
question when we say reported. What does that mean specifically, reported to?
Well, you can call 911, the police will respond to your home, or you can go directly to the precinct and you can make a report there, and we'll help you out. We'll guide you through the whole process. That's what we're here for.
But these days, there's no way of calling the precinct.
You can call 911.
The police will never be able to catch him.
Well, I don't want to say never. It is difficult because they use spoofed phones or it's never their actual phone number they're calling you from, or not. That's not what shows up on the caller ID. And the emails could be coming from anywhere. These could be scams. The perpetrators could be in another country. They could be on the other side of the country. They could be anywhere really. So that is difficult. But in a situation like this where they're kind of local, we watch for cameras. We look for some of these instances, the perpetrators are not wearing masks because they have to have the confidence of the people that they're picking up the money from. So it is kind of a matter of time, as far as I'm concerned, before we catch those particular scanners. So it's not a hopeless case.
Well, I once got a phone call and it was actually a message about a call
Mhm.
and someone left about how they got my check and blah, 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 whatever. And I said to myself, oh, please, that's ridiculous. And I just hang up and I ignore the whole thing. Then I went to the bank for something else, like a week later or something. And I said, by the way, I got this call about this check. So the guy looks on the screen and he says, is that your signature? I said, yes. But I didn't write that check.
They
So
go into the
they-
mailboxes.
Yeah, what?
So
Yeah,
we got my check got washed.
Mhm.
And luckily, I asked in time, so I was able to get my money back.
Right.
Excellent.
But I'm like the exact opposite extreme. It's like, oh, it's a scam. I don't want anything to do
Right.
with it.
Well, that's why I said you don't always want to completely ignore it, but you want to disengage from the person who's calling
Yeah.
you because you don't know who they are. They're calling from outside. They're coming at you. You want to take control of the situation. You want to call your bank and find out what's going on.
Yeah, so I wound up getting a new account. They suggested I not have my address on my check any longer. And I never mail anything.
Mailing checks at this point is very dangerous. It's very easy to wash a check. Yes.
Well, there was an incident a few years ago that they were washing the checks and a lot of locals and it was coming out of the post office.
It is 88th Street. That's
It
why
was
all the
a-
mailboxes are gone.
It was a postal employee that was opening envelopes and
Wasn't
washing the
done.
checks.
Did they kill him?
I think it was after
They
$400,000.
do with 2 arrests. But a lot of the mailboxes are gone.
Yeah.
And some of the mailboxes in the area you'll find glue traps inside them with some sticky,
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
envelopes
I
won't
always
fall in.
feel it all the time.
So just be
Yeah, that's
careful when you
sticky
just mail.
stuff.
I report it and they clean it, but then it happens again.
Well, it happened at the Dyker Heights post office, the mailbox in front.
Right there?
Yeah, right there.
On 79th Street and 83rd Street, they're all gone.
The boxes are gone.
I have to go to the post office.
We've had instances where people have they make copies of the keys to open up the boxes themselves, and then you have the actual people who do go fishing if they literally put a line in there with something sticky on it.
Right.
No. Okay. Well, that was very formative. We
Thank you so
Very
much.
Yeah, thank you
appreciative.
for-
Thank you.
Thank you for your very good questions.
Have you gone to, the Bay Ridge Senior Center yet?
Yes, a couple of times.
Get a good
I'm gonna
crowd?
be doing another one in February.
Well, maybe, you can give us a flyer. Just put in the link.
Yeah,
Or
and we'll do it in the
in
newsletter
the
also, yes.
newsletter, or-
Now, do you do site surveys?
I did
For,
Mhm.
and is that for like businesses, anybody that wants? to-
businesses, it's also for, I can do surveys for private homes, home security, that's.
Cause I had Officer Barry 2 years ago do a survey at the DGK school on 84th Street and Ridge Boulevard.
Mhm.
He gave me a nice write-up.
It's all doable.
What's a site survey?
Basically, I would come to the location and I would look at the place from top to bottom and take account of all the security liabilities and whatever security systems are in place. And I would make suggestions on how you can make security better. And I'd write up a little report for you about it.
Oh,
It's crime prevention.
Mhm.
Let's
can we
prevent the
arrange
crime.
that?
Maybe just talk to me.
I'd like you to come to my house and do that, but I probably won't open the door for you.
But you gotta be aware of scammers, you know?
It's a problem. My husband says, I don't open the door for the police. He says, he's lucky I opened the door for him. No, but
Really?
seriously, how does one arrange that?
You can either talk to me in person or you can come to the precinct and ask for the crime prevention officer
Mhm.
and
Okay.
we'll make an appointment.
Like the Barry Jewish Center.
We had one so a long time ago. It's probably good to update it all the time because things change.
No, I mean, he was able to see things that I didn't see, when I was doing the survey with him.
Where at your house?
No, we did at the school. At the
Oh, at
parochial school.
DGK,
Yeah, the
yeah,
parochial
yeah.
school. So, I walked over, Officer Barry went through everything and he saw things that went over my head.
Anyone else anyone on Zoom? Anyone on Zoom have any questions virtually? No, okay. All right, well, we have a motion to,
Well, just new and old.
no, no business, okay.
Wanna- Why is everybody that-
Before we move on, how can we make this on? But yeah,
Yeah, you'll go to us.
like in the movies.
Just like in the movies.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I will-
Of course.
Thank you.
Oil,
Anybody else?
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. It's for new business. There was a fire last week at the 7040 Colonial Road. There was, I know, one injury. I don't know if there was any fatalities. But I believe it's one injury and there were a couple of firefighters that were injured. But it was a large response.
What kind of?
It's an apartment building,
Apartment fire.
apartment fire. At 7040 Colonial, it's off 70th Street, 71st Street. There was I'm sorry, somebody on?
Okay, I muted everyone. I don't know where that was coming from.
Yeah. Okay. Other than that, I don't have anything else right now.
All right.
Motion to close?
Yep.
Motion adjourned.
Thank you, everyone. All right, have a
Thank
good
you.